the Indian side?
There was Dania. Here she is.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. I'm Paola.
Yes, Paolo, we can hear you well, and the video is also clear.
Adio, hai caricato la presentazione, quindi? Sì, perché
Sì.
la vedo.
Sì, la vedo pure io.
Però non ho capito come... Non ho capito come si faccia a scorrere le slide poi.
Devi usare il mouse. Ci clicchi sopra e
Grazie.
usi il mouse.
Non trovo più dove ho messo il mio cellulare. Allora. Adio, mi senti?
Sì.
La mia connessione è pessima, quindi penso sia meglio se la fai te se è una commissione, se è una connessione più stabile, penso sia meglio se la fai te perché mi si pianta in continuazione.
Sì, cioè io per adesso penso di avere una buona connessione, quindi sì, va bene. Cioè, a volte mi dice che la connessione è un po' scarsa, nel senso questa piattaforma me lo dice, però sì, va bene. E poi tu puoi scrivere pure in chat per caso, perché io non posso scrivere.
Sì.
Tu puoi scrivere in chat, vabbè, allora magari puoi gestire
No,
la
perché?
chat. Non lo so, gliel'ho chiesto, però forse è un problema di browser o... Non lo so, però vabbè, non fa niente, basta che qualcuno possa scrivere, quindi magari se vuoi puoi scrivere tu, insomma io faccio la presentazione. Se fanno
Sì,
domande
io dico
dico...
che we are ready for starting. C'è un sacco di gente.
Io non lo vedo.
Vediamo se c'è anche quelli. Ma sei sul computer o sul cellulare?
No, dal computer.
Non li vedi sulla destra?
Vedo chat 12,
Sulla colonna a destra.
moderato 6,
Come?
pubblico 6. Vedo pubblico 6, messaggi non letti 6, però... Ah, no, aspetta, sì, partecipanti 36. 36.
Ah, dice please give... Vabbè, hanno bisogno di altri minuti. Ci sono 35 partecipanti, dice di partire
Ah,
fra
sì,
2
sì, sì.
minuti.
37, sì.
Ma senti, non lo so se poi posso dire io due parole all'inizio, se mi senti?
Sì, sì, ti sento a scatti, però sì.
Perché c'ho questo problema qui, che c'è questa connessione veramente pessima.
Mhm. Vabbè, dai, come preferisci.
Non mi scorre nemmeno le diapositive.
Ah,
Poi io
vabbè,
non ti vedo,
allora...
non hai il video?
No, no, adesso no, poi lo metto. Ah, vabbè, no, allora dai, non ti preoccupare. Cioè, io no, io con le...
Cioè, te ti
col video...
scorre le diapositive cliccandoci con il mouse?
Sì, o cliccando, insomma, con la rotellina del mouse vado avanti e indietro. Cioè, adesso le sto scorrendo.
Ah, sì. Ma tutte queste domande, moderazione chat attivata, greetings from... No, non mi scorre le... cioè, mi ci mette veramente un tempo... Ah sì, ora le
Vabbè, dai.
scorre.
E se no, dai, rispondi alla chat, tu
Beh,
se
non mi
riesci.
piace farla fare tutta a te, posso fare un'introduzione, ti presento e ti mollo la patata bollente, ti va bene così?
Vabbè, dai. Va bene, dai, non c'è problema. Vedi tu, se riesci, insomma, devi vedere devi pure capire se ti sentono loro poi, eh.
Non ho capito se siamo in già udibili o no. Vabbè, tanto non
Sì,
capiscono l'italiano, quindi.
sì, sì, ma stanno registrando però.
È già in
Eh,
registrazione?
sì.
Ah, we can start. Ha scritto che possiamo iniziare. Hi, can you hear us? Ti scrivo.
Mhm.
Io penso che si possa iniziare, stanno rispondendo che sentono.
Ah, vabbè.
Okay, so if you hear us, we can start the presentation. Just I hope you can hear us, and so I will spend just few words for a general introduction of the University of Pisa, and then I will leave you in good hands with Adio Terranova, that he will explain you about our English programs, scholarships, the foundation course programs, and so on. I don't know if in the attendance this morning are present someone that I already met, because I was in India exactly 1 year ago with a colleague of mine, Biancani Arianna. She can't join us this morning, but we were in India together. And so it's a pleasure to be here. And the University of Pisa is a big university in Italy. It's a public university. It's a very ancient one. It's one of the most ancient in the world, let's say. It has more than 7 centuries of history. And we are located in Italy, in the center of Italy, close to Rome. And so we have prepared this PowerPoint presentation that after we can send you, and you can use it for students interested in our programs. It is famous, our university, because we had a very famous alumni of us, that Galileo Galilei, and he studied and was one of our professor. And since the very past, we had these very important representatives. Even most recent times, we had Nobel Prizes and Fields Medal studying and teaching at our universities. And as you can see from the slide, the University of Pisa is very good positioned in all the international rankings. In the Shanghai rankings, in the QS rankings, in the Times rankings, we occupy in between the top 200 positions of the international rankings. The University of Pisa is a generalist university. It means that we offer programs in all the areas of education and research. And we have 20 departments, and our education covers all levels of academic education. It means that we offer programs for graduate and postgraduate students. We have bachelor's programs lasting 3 years, master programs lasting 2 years, and then PhD programs. And in addition to this, we have the foundation programs that is meant for students who don't have the minimum year of school necessary for enrolling to a European university, or for students that needs to improve their preparation in specific areas before starting their academic career. And the city of Pisa is a university city. That's why we call it a campus university, our university, because we do not have a real campus intended in an American way or in an English way of campus, but the whole city is more or less a campus. Because of the ancient history of our university, city and university developed together. So you can find university buildings, dorms, and canteens, libraries, museum, and whatever in all the downtown the city. And I would say that I can skip some slides, and Adio, if you don't mind, you can just show the academic offer that we have with our audience. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think my internet connection is not so stable, and so it's my audio is not so good for continuing. So I will leave the floor to Adio, that probably he has a better internet connection than mine.
Okay. Maybe you can also maybe put off the video. Probably in this way the connection is a bit more stable. I don't know, in case. So good morning or good afternoon. My name is Adio, and I work at the International Cooperation Office with Paola, who has just talked to you. She's my manager, and with Arianna, who, as Paola said, was not able to be here with us because she was sick. So first of all, thank you very much for having us today. So thank you, Abdul, thank you, Dania, and thank to all the Europe Study Center staff. So I will give you just a very general overview about the University of Pisa, about what are the study fields available, so that in case later you can ask me or ask Paola the questions you want, or you can write them on the chat, even if I'm not able to write there, but in case I can answer you. So I will start with a slide which can give you just a general overview about some numbers. So our university, so we have 61 bachelor's degrees, 79 master's degree programs, and 9 long cycle degrees or integrated master's degree programs. That are programs which include both bachelor and master, such as, for example, medicine, law, and pharmacy. And for students who are interested to postgraduate education, we also have some different kind of PhD programs, more than 30, specialization schools that are basically schools for students who graduated in medicine, and also 71-year specialization programs, and also 30 summer schools. So about the English study programs that we have. So we have the foundation course, as Paola said, which is a program for students who do not have the minimum years required in order to enroll to an Italian university. So it is a program which is aimed basically at students with either 11 or 10 years of schooling. So it's not the case of Indian students, because I know that Indian students have 12 years of schooling. And with regards to undergraduate programs, we have 2 programs in English. One is Management for Business and Economics, which is completely taught in English. So it lasts 3 years, and they are all in English. And then we have the International Program in Humanities, or IPH, where the first year is in English, and the second and the third year are in Italian. And then, of course, there are the PhD programs. For the PhD programs, it is a bit different because they are mainly focused on research. So in that case, in general, if a student has a good command of the English language, they can basically apply for any kind of PhD program, as long as, of course, the professors speak English. But like in the 99% of the cases, it is like this. And this with regards the application deadlines if some of your students are interested to apply for the University of Pisa now. It is quite useful to know that many programs have a deadline which is quite close. So as you can see, no, the deadline, sorry, because here we have when the application procedure will start, but later we will share the slides with you so that in case later you can share them with your students. So going more in detail to the English language programs. So with regards to the one-year specialization programs, we have the ones that you can see in the screen. So management of health, safety, environment, and quality system, risk management, technology and management of paper and cardboard industry, big data, oncological imaging. Then we also have a program which is called Free Mover, which gives students the chance to come to Italy to attend only single classes for a maximum of the equivalent of 30 credits if they want to stay in Italy only for one semester, and 60 credits if they want to stay in Italy for one entire year. And then we also have the summer schools that are programs which last from 3 to 6 weeks. And of course, they are held in summer or also in some cases even in winter. And then the foundation course program, I will not spend many words about this program because I know that in general, probably students will be interested more to undergraduate or graduate programs, but just in general, we have too many fields that are humanities and science. And also for students who want to study within the foundation course science, they have the chance to also get prepared for the admission test for medicine and surgery or for dentistry, because as I will say later, we offer also some additional classes which are specifically focused on the preparation of the admission test. This is a news for the next year, for the 2021-2022 year. And also another important thing to say regarding the foundation course is that from September, there will be the chance to attend the program either in Italy or online. So students may choose between these two options, because it can happen that students have problems with the embassy, with the consulate to get a visa for various kind of reasons. So in case they can decide to attend the program entirely online, and then they can decide to come to Italy later if they want to continue to study in Pisa for an undergraduate program. Here the tuition fees, so 5,000 euros for the program in Italy in presence and 4,000 euros for the online program, and the application deadline is the end of June. The structure, so 36 credits that are taught in English within humanities or science, according to the option which is chosen by the student. And then also the study of the Italian language is included within the program, since for students from non-EU country, we require knowledge of the Italian language, which must be equivalent to the B2 level, which is basically upper intermediate. So the foundation course gives students the chance to reach up to the B2, which is the level necessary to continue to study for an undergraduate program in Italian, of course, because if they want to study in a bachelor's degree or in an integrated master's degree in English, in that case, the Italian language level is not required. Okay, here's some features about the Italian language. So we offer an online preparatory course before the start of the program. We have 320 hours within the whole education year from A1 to B2. Then there is also a makeup B1 course for students who are not able to reach initially the level, and there are also conversation classes with Italian students. And for students who apply for science, there is a Math Zero course before the normal classes. And there are, as I said before, extra classes in biology, chemistry, and physics and logic for students who want to get prepared for medicine and surgery national entry test. And also another important thing to say, for students who want to apply later for management for business and economics, they can get up to 5 additional points in the evaluation procedure if they get like a high grade in math and economics within the foundation course science. And the last thing, students who who take the foundation course and get the final certificate can get a total tuition fee waiver for the first year of enrollment in any bachelor's degree program or integrated master's degree program within the University of Pisa. And they can also get a scholarship of 1,000 euros gross each. So these benefits are only for the top 2 students of the foundation course, which are evaluated by an academic commission. Here, how it works with lessons and exams. So there is a first semester from September to December, then exams of the first semester in January and February, then a second semester from February to May, and then again exams from June and to July. Some words about one of our bachelor's degrees in English. The first one is Management for Business and Economics, as I said before, which is completely taught in English. Here you can see what are the admission requirements. So it is required to take either TOEFL-E, which is an English language test, which is offered by the University of Pisa and also by other Italian universities, or as an alternative to this, students can decide to take either SAT or GMAT or ACT, which, as you surely know, are tests required to enter usually into US universities. And also students can take IELTS or TOEFL so that they can get, based on the score, of course, that they get, some additional points within the evaluation procedure. Here you can see also that there are 2 rounds for the admissions. So the first one has a deadline which is quite soon, on March 12th. And there is also a second round which has a deadline on June 18th. Okay, here just an overview about the subjects that students will take if they decide to apply for Management for Business and Economics. And the other one is the other program in English is the International Program in Humanities. As I said, this one is not completely in English, since only the first year is in English, while the second and the third year are in Italian, and they can be chosen within one of the degree programs that you can see in the slide. So students can choose among cultural heritage studies, studies in performing arts and communication, philosophy, history, or European languages. The tuition fees in this case are divided in 2 sections. There is a specific tuition fee for the IPH program, which is 3,000 euros, and it is only for the first year. And then there are the university fees, which in this case are 609 euros per year. Then Okay, about the international program in humanities, actually the application intake is open and it will end on June 15th. And here you can see a list of documents required for the application. Okay, then I knew that there are students interested in the Master in International in Risk Management, which lasts 1 year. It is an international 1-year program, which is managed by the Department of Economics and Management. And so here you can see all the main information about the program, but if you have some other questions later, you can ask us, or you can write us later. And the tuition fees are 8,000 euros and 116 divided in 4 installments. Also, there is the chance to apply for 8 scholarships of 800 euros per student. Always regarding the Master in Risk Management, here we can see the deadlines. So the Master will start on November 2021. So there is not an exact date yet. The deadlines for non-Italian students are 2. So there are 2 intakes, basically. So the first one is June 15th, and the second one is September 15th. About the entry requirements, we have the university degree, of course, which I guess is a bachelor's degree, because this one is a master. 2 reference letters are required as well, and also proficiency in English. So the proficiency in English can be demonstrated through either TOEFL or IELTS, and the level required is B2. So, for example, regarding IELTS, B2 means a score between 5.5 and 6. The selection process, there are 2 steps. So there is a pre-selection on the basis of the documents sent. So if you have some students interested to this program, of course, the suggestion is to send as soon as possible all the documents required to the responsible of the master, so that they can assess them and they can tell students if there are additional requirements. And then after this first selection step, there is a second one with an interview. So if the student passes the first step, then there is an interview. Just some words about the general admission requirements to apply for the University of Pisa. So regarding bachelor's degrees and integrated master's degree programs, it is required a school leaving qualification obtained after 12 years of schooling. So it perfectly suits Indian students, or as an alternative, secondary school leaving qualification after 10 or 11 years of schooling, plus the foundation course final certificate. Also, it is required B2 Italian language level. This with regards to bachelor's degrees, undergraduate programs taught in Italian, because if a student applies for a bachelor's degree in English, in that case, the Italian language is not required. For master's degree, so the rules are more or less the same, and for master's degree programs in English, there is a specific portal which is managed by the University of Pisa, through which students can send their applications. Of course, as you all know, there is also another step for Indian students who want to apply for an Italian university, which is the one with the embassy, which is finalized to obtain a visa, of course, in the perspective to come to Italy. So if students want to attend in-presence lessons, in this case, how does it work? It works that students must follow a pre-enrollment procedure through the university portal. At the moment, as far as I know, the application procedure for the next academic year is not open yet, but I think that it will be open from March, based on what happened in the last years, except for the last one because of the coronavirus pandemic, of course, which changed a lot of things in our lives. So there is the enrollment procedure, so students must upload all the documents required. Then these documents are validated by the university. Once the university has validated the documents, the embassy receives a notification, and then the embassy contacts the student for an interview, which finally should give the student the chance to get the visa. Another important thing to say is that in order to enter to the university, in some cases there may be a test to take and to pass. So there are two different kinds of tests, basically, non-selective evaluation tests and admission tests. For non-selective evaluation tests, in this case, they are required, so they are mandatory for students. But if students do not pass them, they can enroll in any case to the program that they choose. And maybe if they did not reach a high grade in the test, they must take some additional exams in order to fill the gap. So this with regards to programs without quota. Then there are also programs with quota, so with a limited number of students that may be admitted to the program itself. And it is the case for medicine, dentistry, veterinary civil engineering, and also architecture. And also with regards to the programs that I just mentioned you, there is an admission national test, which means that the test is not managed by the specific university, but it is managed by the Ministry of Education. So the contents of the tests are in some cases the same, in some other cases very, very similar. So all the tests in these cases follow the same rules and guidelines by which are decided by the government. The university fees. So what it may be, of course, of interest for your students is that Indian students pay 609 euros per year. This is a fixed amount because it is based on how does it work, basically. So the University of Pisa, for students from non-EU countries, decided to let them pay a fixed amount. So for India, it is 609 euros per year that are divided in 4 installments. And to these 600 euros, you must add 140 euros of regional tax and 16 euros of stamp duty. But Indian students can apply for a scholarship, which is called Dsu Scholarship, which is a scholarship given by the government, basically. And if the student win the full scholarship, they do not pay the tuition fees. They can get an accommodation for free, plus a pocket money, which may vary. There is not a fixed amount. And also they can get 2 free meals per day in one of the 5 university dining halls available to all the students, national and international. Apart from the DSU scholarship, there are also some other kind of scholarships to which students can apply. There are 18 merit scholarships that are offered to international students who either apply for management for business and economics, which, as I said, is the only bachelor's degree program which is entirely taught in English. And also, these scholarships are for students who apply for a master's degree in English. I must say, as you can read from the slide, that these scholarships are only for students who are admitted by the 15th of March. So the deadline is quite soon. Okay, here's some details about the DSU scholarship. In this case, the call was not published yet, because usually the call is published in June and the deadline is between August and September. What is important to say about this scholarship? It's the fact that students must translate and legalize all the documents related to their financial situation through the Italian embassy in their country. So my suggestion is, if you have students that are sure that they want to study in Italy in September, they must start to prepare the documents through the embassy now, because it takes sometimes months to get the documents ready, because documents must be first of all translated in Italian, then must be validated by the embassy or by translators recognized by the embassy itself, and so it takes sometimes a lot. And regarding the documents needed, they are specified here. So documents regarding the family status, the income, real estate, and movable assets, so that the government can have an overview about the general financial situation of the student and of their family. Another opportunity for Indian students is the project which is called Invest Your Talent in Italy, which is managed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it is not managed by directly the University of Pisa. The call is not published yet, but you can stay updated through the website of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Here's some information about the project. So students can get a scholarship of more than 8,000 euros. They don't pay tuition fees. They have a free Italian language course. And then they also have, that is also quite important, the chance to have a training, which of course will be related to the kind of the degree program in which they will be, that they will choose in a company. So there is also a training included. Academic calendar I already told you about this. Opportunities and exchange programs. Okay, so yes, that's also quite interesting because as soon as an Indian student has a residency permit, of course, they have the same rights of an EU student, so they can apply for exchange and programs abroad, which are managed by the European Union. The most famous one is, of course, the Erasmus Plus program, which gives students the opportunity to study in the European Union for up to 12 months for each study cycle. So 12 months within the bachelor's degree and 12 months within the master's degree. And then if a student take exams in the university where they decide to go, then these exams can be recognized once the student has come back to Pisa. Another opportunity is the fact that students can also decide to do thesis activity abroad as well, or they can go abroad to take single exams. Also, another thing to say is that the Erasmus Plus program is not only for studying, but it is also for traineeship. So it means that students can go, once they are in Italy and they have a residency permit, they can go to other countries in Europe also for a traineeship, for example, if they think that this can be useful to their education or to their future work career. Another opportunity is the fact that students, once they have the residency permit, they are entitled to work in Italy part-time. Part-time means for a maximum of 20 hours per week. So they can find a job also outside of the university. That's one of their rights. Another right that they have is the fact that they can also apply for a part-time job within the university itself. So they can work in the university, for example, in libraries or offices or with people with special needs as well. And they can work for a maximum of 150 hours, which are also well paid. And so they have also this opportunity, which can be useful also for a future career. And they can manage these hours in a very flexible way. Because of course the philosophy of the university is that, first of all, a student must study, but if they want, they can also work according to their study needs. Another important thing to say is that after a student gets the degree, they have the chance to convert their residency permit for study in a residency permit which is called for job seeking, which can be valid up to 12 months. So what does it mean? It means that after a student has finished their bachelor's degree or master's degree, they have 12 months to find a job. 12 months to find a job, and of course, if within these 12 months they find a job, they can then apply for the renewal of the residency permit, not for study reasons, but for work reasons. So what are the services offered by the University of Pisa? We have a welcome office which helps international students regarding many different issues. such as all the ones related basically to bureaucracy and administration, so residency permit, tax code, health insurance, bank account, and accommodation. Then we have a linguistic center, University Linguistic Center, which gives students the opportunity to learn other languages apart from Italian, of course. So here we have a list of languages available, and they can study these languages with a very discount price, because the Linguistic Center applies discounts to students enrolled into the University of Pisa. Okay, Matricolandosi is the service through which students can apply for the university. Then the DSU, I already said about this. Alice is the students portal, so it's basically software through which students can manage their exams. They can see all their students' information. And then the university offers also an orientation service and a counseling service for free. So if students have any kind of problem related to their life in Pisa, any kind of problem, they can book an appointment with the university counseling service. So as I mentioned you before, we have university dining halls. They are 5, which are widespread in the whole city, and they can be used by the students, of course. So if a student has a scholarship, they can eat twice a day for free. Otherwise, they will pay a fee which is related to their income. And also there are many different kinds of activities apart from studies based on the students' hobbies and interests. There is a university choir, there is a university orchestra, there are many student societies. So there is much more than studying. And so I think that we can finish here, since the other slides are about some discoveries and some other useful things that I can see, that I think that you can also see on your own later. I think that I'm done. That's all. So thank you very much for listening to me. I hope that my presentation was clear. And if you have any kind of question, just feel free to ask me or Paola. Thank you very much. Please consider
Claudio,
that.
Can you read the questions they are writing on the right column of the?
Okay, you can hear us. Yes. It's an honor. Do we have budget? Yes, I'm reading them now. Do we have bachelor's in hospitality management?
I already answered that we have science and tourism.
Okay.
There is another question asking, can you please elaborate foundation course programs and bachelor's programs in detail and its requirements?
FC program, bachelor's programs in detail. And okay, so regarding FC foundation course program, requirements. Okay, so I will not get back to my slides. So the requirements for the foundation course program. So first of all, you must have a secondary school leaving qualification obtained after either 10 or 11 years of schooling. So regarding Indian students, based on my experience, many of them already had the necessary requirements already to apply for a bachelor's degree, since they finish the high school after 12 years of schooling. In some cases, there were students who applied for the foundation course after they get their, I don't remember the correct name, but it should be secondary school certificate, which is the certificate which is given to Indian students after 10 years of schooling, because after those certificates, they can decide to study for 2 additional years for pre-engineering, medical school, and so on. So even students who get the certificate after 10 years of schooling can apply for the foundation course, which lasts between 1 year and a half or 2 years. So what they must do, they must send an email to studyabroad@unip.it. They must send us their their secondary school certificate, which must be in original and in English. Then they must send us also an English language certificate, which can be IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge assessment certificate, if they have it. The level required is B2, so for IELTS means minimum 5.5. If they don't have an English language certificate, they can decide to sit for an interview with us. So the interview can replace the English language certificate, or another alternative, they must demonstrate to have studied at least for 1 year in English. But for Indian students, it's not a problem, because like all the Indian students to whom I talked, they all studied in English. So that's not a problem, but usually they must also sit for an interview. So secondary school leaving qualification, English language certificate, transcript of records, a copy of an international passport, and then they must request later the declaration of value through the Italian embassy. That's also another requirement. We don't always ask for it, because if we are able to verify the requirements by ourselves, we can also decide not to ask students to send us the declaration of value. But in case it is a document required. As an alternative to the declaration of value, there is the ENIC-NARIC certificate, which is quite easier to get. It must be requested online for free, and it is a document which describes the secondary school leaving qualification that the student has. So these are the documents required for the foundation course, and the application procedure is now open. It will the deadline is currently the end of June, but we will probably postpone it.
There is Adio. There is another question on how much time is required for visa.
That's a very good question. I mean, of course, I'm not able to answer you precisely, because it is really up to the embassies. It is really up to the embassies. There are embassies that release visas after 2 weeks, and there are embassies which release visas after 3 months. So I'm not really able to answer you this question. What I can tell you is that
there is. Did you tell them about the online possibility of the foundation course?
Yeah. Oh,
As a
yes,
new
yes.
for the new year, it is possible to attend the foundation course programs online. So in this case, visa it is not necessary.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Paola. So, what I can tell you about the visa procedure is that the university is in contact with Italian embassies around the world. So, as far as we can do it, we will help students to obtain the visa. But of course, unfortunately, it is not up to us. What about the free scholarship in Italy? So, as I said, the most common scholarship is the DSU scholarship, which is the scholarship given by the regional government. Um, the application procedure opens in June. So if maybe later, if you send us, if you let us know in some way, we can share with you like the link that gives you the chance to apply for the scholarship. The important thing about the scholarship, if you're sure, as I also said before, if you're sure that you want to come to Italy, you want to apply for the scholarship, you must check the documents that you need to collect before regarding your financial situation, because they must be all translated in Italian and they must be validated by the embassy. So it may take a lot of time to get these documents done. So my suggestion is go to the website of the DSU. Later we will share with you the website link. Check what are the documents required, and then contact the embassy so as to know how to get the translations and the validations of your documents. And then in June you can do everything online. What is the stay back period in Italy after studies? I don't get what you mean
12,
by your
12 months. They means how long they can stay in Italy
ah
after they
yeah
graduated.
yeah
12
okay.
months. 12 months
12
for
months.
finding a job. Yes.
Yeah 12 months. What is the with the government for easing up visa issue? This very yeah, as I said, first of all, we try to be very quick regarding the procedure through Universitali. Universitali is the platform with which students must apply for the visa. So first of all, we try to be very quick in validating all the documents so that the embassy can get them in the soonest possible time. And then, of course, if students need, for example, proofs about their application or proofs about the fact that they have paid already tuition fees, because usually the embassies require this kind of document, we can provide you these documents. We can inform the embassy about the programs to which you applied. Then also every year, not this year because there was the pandemic, of course, but every year we are around the world to talk to embassies, to Italian embassies around the world, in order to let them understand not to be so strict in releasing visas. So we do a lot of job in order to assure that many students can get visa and that they can come to Italy. How do you invite PhD programs, and what programs do you? How do you invite PhD programs, and what programs do you accept for PhD?
Well, I
PhD
can try
programs.
to answer. I can try
Okay.
to answer. We have several different PhD programs, and every PhD is different from the other. We have a call in September, and students interested can apply at that call, and every single research project will be evaluated by the respective PhD programs. Then we will help students accepted to get all their formalities through visa and so on.
No, it's not mandatory. No, the foundation course is not mandatory. As I said, okay. What is the minimum marks required for a student to apply for foundation program there? There is not a minimum mark. There is not a minimum mark. But of course, okay, we are going on. What are the chances of part-time jobs and post-educational jobs? The chances for part-time jobs are quite many within the university, because every year the university publishes a call where a lot of students can apply. So regarding the university, there are many part-time job opportunities. Sorry, can I ask you just to go a bit slower with the question? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, what I was saying, regarding outside of the university, it is more difficult to find a part-time job because in many cases it is required a minimum Italian language knowledge, only this. Okay, thank you. You can go forward. Maishi grant is merit-based or income-based? Paola, do you know about this? If it is merit-based or income-based?
Well, it's
otherwise,
both.
Both.
It's both. They will do a selection based on both the merit and income.
Cost of living funds for Shoma. Okay, so it works like this. Regarding the embassy, so when you apply for a visa, of course you must demonstrate that you have enough money to live in Italy. So what is the amount? The amount, if I'm not wrong, is more or less 5,000 euros per year. That's the amount required by the embassy. Yeah. And then the cost of living regarding Pisa, it is not really expensive since a single room in
we have a web page. We can send them the link to our web page in which we showed the cost of living in terms of buying milk or meat or food or clothes or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If they are interested, we can send them the link.
Okay. After the foundation, will the student get free education in other Italian university? That depends. I mean, after the foundation course, if you apply for another Italian university, you must see what are the requirements in order to get a scholarship there. So I'm sorry, but I'm not able to answer you.
Well, every Italian university has its own particular methods for giving scholarships to students. So once a student has finished the foundation course and choose another university, he or she will have to apply and ask for what kind of scholarship the other university give to students.
What is the getting admission master's in data science? Data science is, I would say that it is quite different than civil engineering. So what I suggest you to do is to contact the president of the degree program in data science. You send him or send her your transcript of records.
They can write us. They can write us, and we will put in touch the students directly with the person in charge of evaluating candidates for data science.
As a higher secondary education, we can apply for bachelor's engineering program in European, which bachelor's available in okay. So bachelor's in English are two. The international program in Humanities, as I said, where the first year is in English and the second and the third year are in Italian, and management for business and economics. That is completely in English. 94% engineering programs. Yes, in general, I would say yes, because engineering usually does not have a quota, but of course you must apply as a non-EU student. So for non-EU students, there is a quota decided by the ministry every year. But in general, I would say that with a 90% of score, you have very good possibilities to get admitted into engineering. Welcome.
I think we can send them the PowerPoint presentation, and if they have still questions, they can write us. Oh, no, there's another question.
To stay a permit, the bank balance. So when you apply for the first time for the residency permit, the bank balance that you must show to Ministry of Internal Affairs is the same one that you have used for the embassy. So 5,000 euros. That's the amount.
Yeah, it depends on the embassy, but I think for Indian embassies is 5,000 euros. Yes.
Around 5,000 euros. I don't know if there are other questions. If yes, please ask. Okay.
Yeah, they can write us if they have other questions in next days or whatever. They can write us and we will answer them.
Okay, so you can.
I can write them. Maybe we can leave them your email address so you can answer them questions.
Sorry, but I think that maybe they should stay in contact with the center, and then the center will contact us.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
And so you can stay in touch with the Europe Study Center, and then they will tell you how to contact us. Okay. Thank you. So I can see that there are many people in chat. So if really, if you want to ask us anything, just feel free to write any kind of question, since we are here for this. I don't know if there is someone of the Europe Study Center want to tell something, or if we must wait or whatever.
Yes. Okay, so I probably think we can just say hello and again, should you have more questions, please feel free to ask, to write us, to ask us, whatever. So I would say thank you very much, and let's keep in touch. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us today and for joining, for having joined this webinar. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, bye-bye.